Going live. All right. Hello. Yeah.
Not yet.
You're there. Yes.
There
Hello, everybody. It is Sine Mountain, aka David Soto, here with the Colorado Modular Synth Society. Welcome to the Bandcamp listening party for Modular Synth Artists, October edition. Thank you so much for joining and tuning in and watching this later or watching this live. Thank you so much. It's awesome. I have a lot of guests here. A lot. And too many, Johno already says.
I think we could squeeze in like 3 more.
We squeeze in as many as we can.
Go for the full Brady Bunch.
Exactly. Yeah. If you're watching right now and you want to be a guest, just reach out and we'll get
we need
you
3, and then we can be the bunch.
We'll post a link in chat. Everyone just jump in.
Everyone jumps in. Anybody in. Yeah, all you have to do is make sure you have something fun to say. So
I should leave then.
As I say, so we'll kick out a few people here to make room. Yeah.
He means me. You know he means me.
Yeah, exactly. Well, welcome everybody. Let me just do a real quick bunch of introductions here. Monoscene over there.
Hello.
Yeah, there he is. Yep, that's my homie. Calytrix is here, representing New York.
That's cool, little thingy.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah. Johno is in the house. Johno Wells. Yeah, there he is. Cult of One down here hanging out, representing. There he is.
You gotta do a finger thing.
You gotta do a finger thing. Everyone's doing something with their hands. She doesn't have to. She doesn't want to.
Got a little lag.
That's right. That's all right. And
everyone's copying me.
Yeah, memory bell. Memory bell's here too.
Okay, there.
There it is. Oh, there it is. That's classic wave by Memory Bell.
Just the wave? You can't.
Just the.
You're muted.
It's
the style.
But there it is. Yes, this is the listening party. So we are going to cover a few things. Christoph, tell us a little bit about what we'll be doing today.
Yeah, so today we have 3 features for the listening party, 3 themes. First up, we have the New York Modular Society 1-year anniversary feature.
Yes. Woo! Yeah. Big ups.
What a year it's been.
Yep. There's a bunch of New York artists that we will play in the first block. After that, we'll go to Memory Bell. Right down there, Memory Bell has a new album out today.
Yes.
And we'll play some tracks from Memory Bell.
Yes.
We have music from Cult of One.
Yep.
Which is Ryoko. We have an Errorgrid'e. How was that, John?
That was good.
Errorgrid'e feature.
Error.
So Nundale will be on.
Going to come and join us in a little bit.
Yep. And we'll talk about Errorgrid'e, and there's going to be a bunch of artists from that label, and then we'll close it out with more good music. That's kind of what we're looking at tonight.
If this is your first time checking out this show, I'll just give you a real quick rundown. Basically, what we do every first Friday of the month is we play a bunch of artists who are modular synth artists, or at least have some kind of relationship with the modular synth community. And we just kind of show off some of that music that Bandcamp is waiving a fee for today. So if you're in the supportive spirit and you want to support some of the artists out there that are into modular synthesizers, today's the day, and we hope that maybe we will show some artists that you haven't heard of before or didn't know that they have new albums of. But we want to give something back. So make sure that you support your artists today. A lot of these artists are not only trying to support the music. A lot of them sometimes are also donating some of their money as well. So that's really cool. So big ups for that. So if you would like to be featured on this show at some point, if you're a modular synth artist and you have music coming out, be sure to hit us up on our social media or join our Discord and let us know. We try to get a lot of people packed into this. We can't get everybody, but we definitely give it a shot. We also try to bring on a few artists to kind of talk about the music, their process and what's going on there. And we also are trying to spotlight a label. And so as Christoph mentioned, we have we're sponsoring Errorgrid'e. So Errorgrid'e. Okay, cool. So that's how it works. We're going to play some music. We have a lot of music. I think we have over 2 hours of music, but we don't have that much time. So we're going to start playing some stuff, and then we'll come back, talk about it, rinse and repeat. Does that sound cool, Christoph? Are you happy?
All right. Yep. We're going to get started right now.
What we're going to start with?
First up is Fuser Wolf from Denver. Sam Cook, and an awesome track, a single out on Mystery Circles, was just released a couple weeks ago.
Right. There it is. There it is. Yeah, Fuser Wolf's out of Centennial. He's in like my same neighborhood. Which is so cool. Yeah.
It was very chill.
I mean, yeah, he's got some cool stuff. He has a really cool Instagram as well, where he's always posting stuff. I think he's doing
There's the sound.
some Synttober stuff as well.
Kind of.
Yeah, it's cool. Definitely check out his stuff. I know he put out his first album not too long ago, and Mystery Circles picked it up and reissued it or put it out on tape. It's really cool. So it's cool to see him doing more stuff with Mystery Circles. Yeah. Fuser Wolf.
Yep.
Right.
So just a quick note, be sure that your mic's muted when the track's playing. Except mine. If I mute mine, the track's gone. So
You just gotta
don't mute me.
You just
Don't
gotta
mute me.
be quiet.
I'll mute myself on the mixer, so that's gonna be fine.
He's just gonna, yeah. Hilarious.
So somebody's playing the YouTube track.
I
Ryoko,
am
with you?
I don't hear anybody.
That's weird. I think it's just that artifact. It's just a ghost in the machine.
Because I can hear the track
Just
still
proof
playing in the
that it's
background.
going live. That's
Yeah,
what
but
it is.
YouTube lag is usually like 20 seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
I'm not
track's
figuring
playing
so
right now. So,
Did you pause it?
Are you still playing it?
No, it's faded down. I'm not playing it.
It doesn't want to stop.
Yeah, it's a song that doesn't want to
It's
stop.
okay. We'll just build a collage.
It's gonna show up again 20 minutes from now, just like pop
It's
in
like
and
this
say hi.
Exactly.
memory thing. That's
It's
just,
right. It's true. It's true. If you hear a knock on your door, it's that song. It's just
I'm gonna
let it
wake
in.
up to it and be like, God.
Am I supposed to be
Yeah.
hearing you guys? I
Coming back.
don't hear shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. We got
Yes,
you. We can hear you.
we can hear you.
All right. Well, let's keep rolling, and we'll spare everybody our technical difficulties.
That's right. We're gonna roll with the New York Modular Society intro. So
Word up. So, Calytrix, it was like a 1-year anniversary. Have you been there this whole year?
Yeah. I actually met Jason, one of the founders of it, like a couple months before, accidentally. So yeah, been here the whole time. It's been interesting. Like, I think I actually played in their first show. I have the poster up on the wall
Nice.
there
nice.
from back then. Yeah, it's fun. It's a good, fun, supportive group. We used to do a show a month, and now that it's quarantine, we do 4 shows a month.
Right.
That's how
Trying-
that goes.
The limiting factor was venues, I guess. Yeah,
Seriously.
Mhm.
it's been a fun year.
Yeah, man. You guys
Yeah.
are killing it out there, man. Killing it.
It's so awesome, all the shows that's going on Twitch channel.
I think
And they're
one-
not. Go ahead.
I think one of the really fun things that we've done recently is the themed shows.
Mhm.
Like Ben the Glorious Bastard runs one that is like all that is like super chill beats and stuff like that. It's really cool. We have one that's based off of, like, the patchable prompts that we post, and then one that's all just like weird experimental stuff called Off the Grid. So,
Yeah.
That one's
Yeah. Yeah. I like the patchable one. I've tuned into that one a few times. It's cool. I love challenges, and it's always awesome to see those. But that last festival was so good. It was such a bunch of like, it's like, like a kind of
What,
rapid
signal?
fire. Well, there was like
the 10-minute sets. With
yeah,
the-
10 minutes.
It
Yeah,
was the 1-year anniversary show.
yeah.
Yeah,
I thought-
that was a logistic logistical nightmare, and I can't believe it worked as well as it did.
Well, you guys made it look
It was
easy.
really smooth.
Yeah,
I
it was
didn't
really
have. I didn't do any of that. That was all on.
Maybe that's why. That's Jordan.
Yeah, I would have fucked it up.
No, it was really cool. It was awesome. It was awesome. I love all those shows. It's cool to be able to tap into those every once in a while on Twitch. So yeah, it's awesome, and a lot of cool talent. I've definitely made more friends in New York than I ever have because of that scene. So it's awesome. I love it. Rad. I don't want to talk too much, so I want to get some of the music and show some of the artists that were in that festival. But there's plenty more, and if you're interested, be sure to check out the Twitch channel and YouTube as well, and all
Join
the other
our
artists.
Discord. We have people
Join
from
the Discord. Yeah, that Discord's huge. It's
Yep.
like popping.
We'll post a link to the website that has all of the links to the Discord and stuff like that. I think in the chat. We'll post that.
Yeah, word. All right.
All right.
Where we go?
So first up, we have Saddle Up the Robots.
John.
This set was killer too. So let's go to that. I'll be quiet.
Without further ado, saddle up the robots! Yeah! What kind of song did they sing in the church? jump up and shout. I don't mean when they jump up and shout. I don't mean when they jump up and shout. I don't mean when they jump up and shout. They have these things in church in that they call it. They have these things in church in that they call it shout. They have these things in church in that they call it shout. They have these things in church in that they call it shout. I don't mean when they jump up and shout. I don't mean when they jump up and shout. They have these things in church in that they call it. They have these things in church in that they call it. They have these things in church in that they call it shout. They have these things in church in that they call it shout. They have these things in church in that they call it. They have these things in church in that they call it shout.
All right.
Yes.
We're back.
Welcome back.
Welcome back. Awesome.
Settle. He's been doing a great job with his streams, but the thing that's missing from the live performance is that he Settle is a duo a lot of the time, and like pre-COVID, so it was just really fun to see it's so rare to see electronic modular bands, so that was just a really fun experience. Still fantastic.
Who's the other half?
I forget his name. That's very rude of me.
That's all right.
But he's
There's
in the.
there's two of
in the
them.
men's group?
He's not as active. Yeah. But yeah.
Well, when this is all over, I can't wait to see what that looks like.
It's super fun.
Yeah, so
All sorts of fun stuff.
you were talking about because it's only been about a year since the group's been together, but obviously people were doing stuff before that. That first show must have been pretty awesome to really start to form that group.
Yeah, it was like a weird experience because it was like half meetup, half like it was the show, but also just so many people were just meeting each other for the first time, and
awesome.
so it was just great. It felt very special, and we ran it out of this bar where Jason had been doing this monthly performance called Strange Stage, which was like a experimental open mic. So except for recording, everything went super smoothly, like all the audio and stuff, because it was a soundboard that he was used to. You didn't have to worry about any of that. And yeah, it was just great, really cool seeing people play for the first time and meeting them. Great big bunch of people. Yeah, that was quite a show.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That sounds awesome.
Way too many people were packed into like what felt like a dorm room.
I got to make it out there and hang with,
Yeah, we'd love to have all of you out here.
Yes.
Same with Colorado, man. I'm just dying to come out
tour.
and hang with you guys.
Yeah.
Well, Johnny, you come pick us up, then we'll come pick up Ryoko, and then we'll make it up to New York. Be like this.
It's a big bus.
This is a big bus. Yeah, like the Muppets, like the little Muppets bus, Jono could be Animal. Ah. Okay. All right. Let's play some more. MYMS.
Wasn't Animal the driver?
No, you would never.
Who was the driver?
Why would you make Animal the driver?
Wasn't he the crazy
He
driver?
has chains on. He's such a wild thing.
Oh yeah.
You can't have him drive.
No, really. Who was the driver?
He would eat the wheel. The little guy with the glasses and the cool coat, the little silver coat, the members only coat. The little, he's like the manager dude. He's the manager for the. I know way too much about the Muppets. I'm revealing a lot.
Yeah, I'm
It was
kind of.
Gonzo.
Gonzo's the driver.
Gonzo's the driver?
I
Gonzo was
swear
the
it was
driver?
Gonzo.
Really?
That could be a possibility because
Thought it was
Gonzo does drive in the first.
You
movie.
guys are making me lose my mind
Okay.
right now.
Okay,
He's
we
a
need to stop
superhero.
the whole
He has to
music
be the
thing
driver.
and just go.
All right, let's go to the song, and I'm gonna look it
It's
up.
causing an existential crisis.
We're gonna go to the next song, and then while we're listening to that song, someone get on Wikipedia quick like or IDMV, whatever it is.
Yeah. Figure that out while we're playing the song.
Right.
So
Cool.
up next is it Yodis? Is that the name?
I've actually not heard him pronounce his handle.
Okay.
So,
All right. Let's call it Yodice, and you can blame me for the misspelling or whatever. But this is awesome.
Yodici.
Yo dice.
Yodici. He's Italian, right?
Yeah, maybe this.
All right.
Wow.
Here we go.
Yodici.
Word.
That's awesome.
I,
The last
yeah.
part is awesome.
I like that album.
It kind of shifts over
Yeah.
to that
Very
kind of
good.
piano sounding thing. That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Saddle spent a whole year before he finally got him to got Yodis to play a live. Like the anniversary show was his first ever live
Really?
performance.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah.
that's cool.
Yeah, you just
Whoa,
would.
crazy.
Yeah,
I love those stories. Those are great. Yeah,
it was
that's
a great
awesome.
performance too.
Yeah, his set was like really intense. It had like this kind of
Mhm.
guitar thingy going on too, right? Like, yeah,
Mm.
yeah. Check out that rerun. After the show or tomorrow, whenever you're hanging out, everyone. It's definitely like a good one. New York's put on a lot of great shows.
And since Twitch only archives for like a month or something, like all of our shows we've done are up on YouTube. Just go mine our archives. Lots of fun stuff. There's a very embarrassing video of me explaining the Cold Mac. If you want to listen to that.
I'm going there right now.
Yeah, let's just pull that up instead and just ditch this show.
You should pipe it in here.
Just type it
Please
in there.
don't.
I'll find the link.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah,
That's
man.
awesome.
Paste it in the chat.
It's funny.
Ah.
We're laughing, but the thing is, like, if any of us tried to like explain the Cold Mac, it'd be even more embarrassing.
Well, it's true.
I don't
Calytrix knows their
I
stuff.
know what the cold Mac
Yeah.
is.
And
Oh.
it's a really cool module by Mannequins. It's a macro controller. It's just it's a ton of utilities like stapled together. And it's kind of like
Oh.
maths in the sense that it lets you do a lot of really cool patch programming, but it's also like maths, and when you look at it, you've got just no idea how to even approach it. It's super opaque.
Would you be able to
sick.
tell us about it a little bit more in detail, Calytrix? Maybe like right now?
No, I think we should
Would
get back
you-
on
would you
track.
Tell us a little bit more about it right now.
I think we got a show to keep going. So
That's right. Thank you. Look at that. She's just keeping it going.
He's like, no, Johno, I'm not taking your bait.
Yeah. She's like buzz off. We'll talk
tried.
about.
I tried to derail.
We'll talk more about Cold Mac in the chat as we pull up this next track. What we got next, Monoscene?
Next up, we got Ben the Glorious Bastard.
Oh,
Oh, nice.
Oh
this is
shit!
here
That's
we go.
a great name.
This, yes.
it's
This
very
is gonna
fitting.
be good. This is
Dude,
gonna
his
be good.
Instagram's even better. Glorious Frenchie, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, it's
Yeah,
Frenchie.
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
Oh,
Mute the mics.
Mute the mics now.
right? I mean,
So nice.
Bob to that
Oh,
all
yeah.
night.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah.
You put that
That's
on
good.
loop.
Grant,
That's
would you say tis the head nodder?
Yeah.
Tis a head nodder.
No,
Yeah,
I mean, I
just-
started doing it
definitely say
immediately.
that better,
you
yeah.
know?
Yeah.
Tis a head, no doubt.
Yeah.
Tis a head nodder. There it is. There it is. Yeah,
It's just always incredible.
I like his performances. Always, he always does like.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
yeah.
he's got
yeah,
he's
fun
got
to watch.
sorry, yeah. He's got an energy that's you don't see a lot in like the modular space. It's like modular. So many modular performances are just like heads down,
Can't move. Yeah.
or like quiet, like performer wise.
Yeah, yeah. No, it's good. It's good. I love that. I love the tracks he's been putting out. I bet he has a lot more. That's
It
waiting.
had a lot of ambience to it.
It does.
Yeah.
It does.
Yep.
Even though like
Plus,
the
he's
beats
just a
cut-
great
Yeah.
guy, you know. He's just
Yeah.
a good guy. All y'all
Really
NIMS,
nice
NIMS
soft
folks are,
break
man.
beats.
Jono, don't start crying.
I'm not gonna cry.
All right.
Jared's
No, but you're
not in
right.
the chat, don't worry.
Saving that for tomorrow.
The real reason Johno gets invited is that.
They're all kind of hoping I might get a little choked.
No, I know. Well, we got like a little emotion in here.
Look, a
Oh.
lot of my tears are happy tears. All right.
That's true. That's true.
Come on.
That's true.
That's
That's
good.
true. That's true. That's good. That's good. That's awesome. Oh,
I haven't even been watching in the chat to see if Gerald's like picking.
no, he's
on
not
me.
in there. He's got to take
He
care
was
of.
there at the beginning though. Now he's fucked
No,
off.
he's rearranging
He's
his.
got stuff to do, places to be.
He's got
Yeah,
to
he's-
workshop some new jokes.
he's
Yeah.
actually
Yeah.
in a meeting with the local comedian.
So true though.
Hey, that guy puts a lot of work into those jokes. I'll give him that.
Earth Modular Society's here. Awesome.
Word, no, it's awesome. Yeah, big shout out to everybody out here.
You know what they're
Uh,
doing, man? They're doing like a 24-hour, like constant 24-hour stream right now.
Wow.
Yep.
It's
Wow.
unbelievable. Like you just go on their Discord and say like, "Yo, I want to get on," and you just like stand in line. It's like putting your quarter on the pool table.
Yep.
The next person's done,
Or
and
the
they're like,
arcade
"Here's the
machine.
stream key," and then you just take over.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Super cool.
I didn't realize that.
Crazy.
I did
Super
it
cool.
for a few
Awesome.
hours. Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, you did?
Yeah,
So-
they let you in and you just kind of plug in and go, and then you log off when you're done if there's no one else in line.
Oh, really? Oh, that's cool.
And then it just sits there and streams, you know, like with a graphic. Like it is constantly streaming 24 hours a day.
Wow.
That is.
Yep.
that's
Really cool.
something.
I'll get
awesome.
some kind of a link in the chat.
Yeah,
Really cool.
yeah. Hit us up on that one. Yeah, for real. That's
On
cool.
Twitch and YouTube. Really, really cool. Yeah.
All
Good
right, I
people
got.
running it too.
I love it. There's so much going on. There's so much going on right now. It's actually hard to keep up. It's
true.
like it's actually,
It's
It
true.
is.
I don't see that
It's-
as. I love it. I think it's a
It's
good
nice.
bump. That's it.
Um,
Yeah.
Yeah, I felt like before it was like, I feel like around this time last year, it felt like so much of everything online was just like the same, like 3 people doing module demos, and now
Mhm.
there's just so much content.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
Love it. Yeah. Well, that's cool. Speaking of content, I didn't mean to say content, Johno. Sorry.
You know how I feel about
know.
that word.
I was just trying to dovetail.
The C
onto
word.
something. It's
I'm
like
gonna
this-
let it go, Calytrix. We'll talk about it offline.
Okay.
Love a session.
Hashtag content.
Art
Hashtag
is, art is
brand.
not content.
Modular content. That's gotta be the worst.
Art is not content. God damn it.
Art content. All right, before Johno explodes, let's get to our next jam.
All
What we
right,
got
we
next?
have coming up Crew Called Self.
Yeah.
Oh, where he's on the chat.
He's on the chat. Shout out to
Nice.
Crew Called Self.
Yeah.
All right, mute
Yo.
the mics.
Oh,
Yeah.
David Defanix is in the chat.
Here we go.
This life. Don't get caught up. That circumstance.
That's what I'm talking about.
Nope.
That's
Oh,
another
that's
head.
good.
What was it? A head nodder.
Tis a head nodder.
It's another one, yeah.
Tis another head nodder.
Head nodder.
Tis
Yeah.
another head nodder. Welcome to Victoria, England. Whatever.
Can't turn it
No,
off.
no, it's dope.
Sorry.
Yeah, he was saying that he felt bad that like they didn't change up the bass line, but the bass line's so dope, so it held its own. It's awesome. I love it.
Yeah, it's
Those
good.
behind the scenes scoops.
Yeah, that's one
Yeah.
of those bass lines that you'd hear at like a rave for like 2 hours.
Yeah, I mean,
you don't get tired of it.
Come on.
Look at it. Mm-hmm. No, it's good. I'm
I've
definitely.
been to some nice raves where there's been like a really good bass line for like an hour straight.
I hold you.
You're like, yeah.
Nice.
I don't get invited to cool parties like that.
Nobody
cool.
invites. Yeah, ask yourself that. Ask yourself why.
Wow.
Wow, got real. That's
Wow. We haven't even hit an
Like,
hour
ask
and it's
yourself
starting
why,
to get
and
vicious.
moving on.
I
I know exactly why. No.
Oh, exactly. That's awesome. But seriously, like, okay, so I tuned into the festival, that 1 year anniversary festival on his set, and I was like, whoa, this is so dope.
Oh, he went so hard.
He went so hard. And it was when we were like picking songs off of this album, and I was like, oh, that song sounds kind of like-ish to that set, as far as like that heavy bass. It's awesome. I have to talk to you. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
No, I'm just blushing on the sound.
Oh yeah, he has a super good sound. Always super fun, super great to watch performing too. He's another one who has strong energy when he's
Yeah,
playing.
it does.
Yeah.
He had like
Yeah.
sunglasses in his Iron Maiden shirt, and it's just like,
I really liked his trick of singing into a pair of headphones.
yeah, that's old school right
Yeah.
there. That's old school.
So cool.
That is some old school right there. I've blown out a lot of headphones that way back in the day. Yeah, that's cool. I love seeing that. It's cool. Let's keep it rolling.
All right. Up next is Ludvista.
Oh, I like this. I like
This
this
is
a lot.
this is gonna be good.
Yeah, this is good. All right, mute the mics.
Here we go.
Yes, yes.
Gorgeous. Gorgeous.
Beautiful textures.
Yeah.
Ladista played on Signals, right, Calytrix?
Oh yeah,
Yes, that sounds right. Yeah.
If-
I think he
that was
has a
a-
different name in the
that
actual
was
chat.
one
So
of the best sets. It was fantastic. He pulled that
That
line
whole
out of the
festival was
sequence
so
at
good,
the
but-
end. It was
Yeah.
just absolutely like this kind of beat driven thing. It was fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely fantastic.
Signals was such a learning experience for us all.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's pretty amazing.
That was a really good show. I mean, despite the technical stuff, the lineup was
Yeah,
so
I was saying in
good.
the chat, like,
And I still sat there for the whole like 2 days. I didn't get off of this chair.
was
I
that from
watched
the
the
live
whole
show?
thing. Like I did not leave.
Oh, Ryoko, we're talking about the Signal show we did like 5 months ago, 4 months ago.
Mhm.
What is time anymore?
Yeah. 5 years ago now.
Mhm.
No, but I think
Seems like a long time ago.
For
Yeah.
real.
if that's the question, right, I don't
What
know
is
if that-
time?
yeah. But Ryoko was asking in chat about like if he was doing that all year rack or not, and I think when I saw him play, I think he had some other synths around him, but there sounds like there's some.
It might be a
recording-
sampler,
Might be.
sampler module. But it could also just be synthesis. That
Who knows? Yeah, I have to ask him sometime.
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I listened to that album yesterday, and I was like, "Wow, this is really chill and good. It was really dreamy. I needed that, so it's awesome." Just looking at what people were saying. Great arrangement, beautiful. Yeah, people love that. It's
Nice.
awesome. It's good. You know, I want to say something real quick because, like, that's what's so cool about this community, is that we kind of switch styles and timbres, speeds, and emotions like on the dime with modular, and everybody here's like cool with that. It's not like the '70s when like people hated disco because they liked rock and roll. You know what I mean? It's like we can go back and forth and
Yeah,
right.
absolutely.
It's such a refreshing
Yeah.
community to be around for that.
Yeah, that's really true.
100%.
And you know, really interesting too that like I might not make that style of music, but I still want to watch you do it.
Mm-hmm.
And I
Right.
think that some of it is
Yeah,
related to
yeah.
just the gear overlap. You know, is that like you're using this module I've got in such a different way.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
I'm always
yeah,
fascinated to see that happen and then talk about it with you.
yeah.
Oh yeah, it's always super fun.
But that's interesting, you know, like rock and roll, like you're playing a guitar, like I've got a guitar, but I hate the way you're playing it and I don't want to talk to you about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whereas like modular is just different like that.
Yeah, but even if
Like,
you
wow,
just
that
pick
guy's a
one
dick.
piece of it, right?
You're
You
not a
don't just
dick.
pick
It makes
one
sense.
string of the guitar. You
That guy's a
you gotta
dick.
take
I
one
can't believe you just said
one
that.
module.
No, they got.
You're a wreck, Disco. That's great.
You're just.
Well, there you go.
I mean, it would
John.
work.
I would.
I
You're
do
a-
too. I do too. I would go to that show.
I
Future
would.
show,
Yeah.
everyone has to do their take on disco.
Yeah.
I would see it. I
That
know.
would be a super good show.
Mhm.
I have a semi-secret project. I'm working on some like a punk rock set of all things.
That just became super not secret.
Yeah, that's
Well,
not disco either, man.
There's like there's like
Definitely get
19.
like a nice punk rock haircut before you do that.
Oh, sick.
Oh yeah, my kids would love that. They would love if I got my mohawk back. Every time they see a kid with red hair, I'm like, I used to have hair like that. That's not that cool.
I mean, if you do it, it means they'll never do it. So
That's true. I definitely want them to
point.
do it. Yeah. I don't know. We'll
That's a good
see.
point.
I'm sure there'll be plenty of things to be angst about as they grow up. We're not getting rid of any of that anytime soon. Yeah. Word. Okay. What do we have
Right.
next?
Next up, we have Calytrix.
Oh wait, who?
Oh, whoa.
Oh, what?
Never heard of her.
I've heard.
Who?
What?
Yeah.
What?
Like
I've
literally
heard some
fresh
things
on
about her.
Bandcamp.
We could talk about it later. Yeah.
Fresh on Bandcamp. So
Hot off the press.
hot off the press.
it
Nice.
was literally uploaded an hour ago.
Ah, sweet.
Oh, dang.
That's
You
what
heard
that's
it
what we
here
want.
most likely first, everybody.
Brad.
Right. Here we go.
Okay, cool. 1 hour. 1 hour old.
The track itself is a little bit older. I made it for one of the Lines challenges, weekly
cool.
challenges last year. Hearing it again makes me want to buy another Clouds. I had because where like all of those bursts came from was like a clock thing triggering Clouds grades just into a whole big feedback system. So
yeah, I can dig it.
Nobody does it like you, sister. My
thanks.
God.
I guess I could do that same thing. Sorry, go
I
ahead.
think I said this to you when you played Modular World that
I had to put on my
wanted to,
space glasses.
I wanted to like be your roommate for a while so that I could like
Yeah.
soak up some of this from you. Oh my God.
Yeah, that was great.
That was just half of the song, right?
Brilliant.
Yeah,
There's
I don't know how to
another
make
6
short
minutes.
songs anymore.
I don't either.
So go check that out on Bandcamp.
I don't either.
I posted
waste of
links to
time.
that. So good, so good.
I price my songs per the megabyte now. 1 cent per megabyte of music.
The song will be $100.
I'm not quite that far yet.
Ryoko, what happened to the glasses? Oh, what happened?
Those are good glasses.
Those are
Those
good
are awesome
glasses.
glasses.
Yeah.
I thought it was funny and nobody laughed. And I was
Oh, we didn't know. That's
that song made me have to put my space glasses on so I could go to
whoa.
space.
There it is.
People don't know this. This is full of LSD. This is just all LSD.
I love my pint of LSD in the morning.
Exactly.
Just listening to Calytrix.
Microdosing.
A little pint. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's a little
Hey, logo.
It's the
Right
water
over
of
the
life
ship.
from
Beautiful.
Dune.
Tell us about your logo, Calytrix. It's awesome.
Yeah. There's this guy Photon Bath who has done visuals for Dissonant and other people in the New York Modular Society. In our last live show, he did visuals for everyone. He did visuals for everyone in our Hollow show. Fantastic visual artist. So he commissioned my logo. I commissioned the logo from him. It's a stylized version of the Calytrix flower. And, kind of a neat little name treatment too, to like kind of capture, cause like my favorite thing about why I'm drawn to modular is I like that like chunky like era of tech aesthetic that you just can't really get anywhere anymore.
Yeah.
The logo kind of reflects that. Yeah.
Great logo.
Yeah, it's cool.
Really nice.
Also like having a nice fun color. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who wouldn't
Yeah,
love
that's really
a
good.
purple like that? Come on.
Looks cool. Looks cool.
Losers wouldn't.
nice royal color.
No, that's a great color.
That's it.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Mate.
Cheers, mate. Tis a nice color.
Tis. All right.
Wow, we're falling apart.
Don't. That's
David,
all right,
you're a
we'll
wreck.
keep rolling. We'll keep rolling.
Okay.
We'll keep rolling. Next up is Cult of One.
Oh,
Wait, what? Who did what?
Corner the corner.
Oh, wait, this way, because the
Yeah,
camera's
that-
backwards.
Oh shit.
Oh, yeah.
There we go. I know my right from my left.
I think your internet is all lagged again.
I think it's all lagged and on delay a little bit, so we're gonna wait for the reaction and then we're gonna start playing.
She's frozen in space glasses,
that's a
LSD.
It's a cool look. There it is.
Oh, there
Yes,
she's
there
back.
we go.
There she
All
is.
right.
There
Hey.
you are.
All right.
Nope.
All
she's
right,
frozen again.
here's Cult of One with hold on 1 second.
All right, here we
I'm
go.
gonna share this, and the track is called "Fear Is the Mind Killer."
Ooh, speaking of Dune.
Yeah.
There you go.
All right, let's talk about this afterwards. All right,
Yeah.
reach your mics.
Here we go.
I wanted to get up and start raving.
Oh yeah.
So get the stomp down.
So good.
Downstairs neighbors would get mad.
Thanks,
So good. God damn.
guys.
Love it.
Yep. I can't believe
Thanks,
that you started
my
like
dudes.
a couple months
Yeah,
ago.
seriously. It's annoying.
Yeah,
No, it's good.
I've
It's
already
good.
had to fix my
No, it's
Euro
impressive.
rack. I had to
Yeah.
like
She melted.
Oh.
She melted the pedal at our last show.
Yeah,
I had the
guitar pedal.
reverb.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Too powerful.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I non-stop show since I got my Euro rack and using those as practices. And I have a pile of electronics in a corner of my room already of just shit that I keep frying. And I just throw it in a pile and I go buy more shit. It's crazy.
How does this happen?
There's now $100. I don't know. I go so fucking hard.
It's like,
breaks.
it's like when you smash guitar at the
I
end.
guess I just don't go
The pedal
hard.
burns out.
Awesome.
You
I love
aren't-
it.
Yeah, and that was 5
Yeah.
minutes of 27. So there's another
it's gotten
22
to a
minutes.
point
Oh,
now where I'm like,
27.
what breaks next?
Oh no!
Don't break too much, though. Don't break too much.
You gotta yeah, because we gotta keep you in it. It's like
For real. For real. Yeah.
All for the
Yeah,
art.
I know. It's getting.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Where'd you go?
I know that I'm not going to buy anything used from you because I know it's just going to be like
She ain't selling
taken,
anything.
taken through hell and back.
She ain't gonna sell it. She's gonna play it until it burns.
Yeah, it'll be
But
totally
we all
fine.
sell it. I mean, come on.
you know,
I-
it could be, you could buy it as an art piece.
I
That's
spilled.
right.
That's right.
I spilled coffee on my OP1 already, and I had to
Oh,
like take all the keys
See what
off.
I'm talking
So
about?
was
I
making
don't
a
want none of
track,
that.
I spilled coffee on my OP1,
no.
unplugged everything, ran into the bathroom, pulled all the keys out, and put my blow dryer straight on it. And then
What the fuck?
it's crazy. So like I have a radio show now where it's 3 hours a night, and I'm basically at the computer with my decks and my Euro rack, just like changing things, and I broke a knob off.
Oh, no.
Like it's just too hard. It's just too hard. And then like 7 days straight of Dune. I've been reading Dune, so I went straight through Dune 7 days, and my book is now falling apart.
Dang.
Too much power.
The girl just
Everything's
lives.
falling apart.
No, that means that's just all the more reason if you're watching this right now and you want to support artists like Cult of One, and Calytrix, and Monoscene, and Johno Wells, and Memory Bell.
And so
We all, I mean, this is why you support us,
Please.
because some of us are burning up our own modules,
Breaking all our
That's
stuff.
bringing all this
all
stuff.
for the arts.
Yeah.
All for the arts.
Hey, these things aren't supposed to be in glass boxes, you know. So I get it. Maybe. But no, that's cool. I love it. I love that track. It's dope.
Occasionally, I make tracks. Some on this,
Oh yeah.
Cute.
Thanks.
That's very cute.
and I got water on it the other day, and it shorted out.
Oh no.
I was making music in the bathroom because my Euro rack can't go in there.
Yeah, I'm just gonna have a no liquid policy.
Pretty much not playing my Euro rack in the bath. Yeah.
Yeah.
Who takes baths?
Yeah.
Really? Like you were in a bath? Like bath water?
I wish I could. I'm too tall.
If,
Oh my God.
I have to have my legs like. up
yeah,
on the
man,
wall.
I'm like
bath?
Fester Adams. I keep a
We can't
No,
hear you.
We
but
missed
I'm
the whole
hearing
explanation.
I keep
So
like
all
a
we
liquid
do is
water
like
in the
Fester
bottom of
Adams.
the tub.
I love that.
I'm just
That's
gonna like
Light
fill in the
bulbs.
blanks there.
You're gated.
It's making my like
Gated.
imagination run a little wild there.
All right, no, that's cool.
Oh
Bouncy.
shit. Well, I'll try again, but I basically said I'm like Fester Adams.
fester
internet
and
doesn't
bad
want us to know
are
the
two words we don't want in the same sentence.
We'll have to continue this on the chat.
Yeah.
But no, I love it. I love it's awesome. It's so dope.
But I like where that was going.
I love
Yeah.
it's going. I love the music, support. Big ups.
Support Coda One. There
All right.
is a new album coming out October 31st.
And you'll be on the Res Fest soon.
It's called Ritual for Apocalypse. Check it out on the Bandcamp page. You can pre-order it now. It's got a 51-minute track on it.
He's dope.
That's only one track.
He's
So
dope.
go
Nice
out
job,
there,
Ryoko.
check that out. It's dope.
Yeah, and check out the radio show she's running too.
Yep.
Doing goth radio. It's awesome.
Awesome.
Perfect time.
Cool.
This is your month right now. This is October. I know this is the
right.
Coven style. Right on. I love it.
Well, I hope there's many months, but yes, October's my month.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. Word.
All
Let's keep chugging along.
Okay. Do you want to pull in our next guest, or do you want to go to the next artist?
No. Let's bring in our next guest. Let's bring it.
All
This
right,
is
here we
people are
go.
waiting. People are waiting for this.
Here we go.
Nundale. Bonjour.
Oh,
Boom.
Nice.
Unmute.
Oh,
There's
I'm
our
mute.
man.
Yeah, I'm on mute. I had to mute it. There you go. You should be.
There we go.
Hello, Nundale.
Hello, bonjour, hello.
Hey.
hello.
Yeah.
Hey, representing. This is you're part of the label Focus.
Oh, okay.
There's
Well,
our man right there.
There's one more track before we get there.
Okay,
Oh, okay.
but welcome.
One more track
Don't
because
forget.
we got one more track first, and then we're gonna get to the Errorgrid'e label.
Why
Focus.
did you get me in then?
We missed you
That's
so much.
what-
It's
that's
really
what
much
I-
fun.
yeah.
I
We missed you,
Yeah,
man.
feeling
Time to-
low.
That's why I
Time to
asked.
join the
David
party.
made an executive decision.
I
David
had
made
it.
an executive decision.
All
This
right.
is
But
coming-
it's all good because the track we're gonna play is Memory Bell.
Okay, sweet. All right, cool.
So
Well, this-
we're gonna go to Memory Bell and chill out.
Yeah, get ready to get sleepy. Yeah.
Where to sell your album?
Called
That's-
pacing.
No,
That is me selling my album.
it's
All
called
right.
Cold Dawn. Here we
All
go.
right, with the mics. Johno,
Beautiful.
go ahead.
Gorgeous.
Beautiful.
It sounded
As
very
always.
full.
Thank
Like,
you.
Lovely.
Thank you.
It's like a nice little interlude before we get
Yeah.
into Errorgrid'e.
Yeah.
That was the goal to kind of go.
Storm.
Then
Yeah,
Yeah. And now for something
Yeah.
completely different.
exactly. Going with the British theme.
that's right.
Yeah.
No, that's
So for, as I say, for some people, so for those, sorry, I don't know, that's my mic, hope it's not. But for those that don't know, like if in Colorado, in Denver, we have an event called Freak Boutique, and that's a monthly showcase that we used to all get together and go to a bar. WMD and Alex Anderson would throw that night, and Memory Bell and Monoscene would go back and forth on holding the title on most captivated audience because it was amazing. They play a set like that, you know, and the whole bar would just go. You know, you can hear a pin drop and an ice cube drop in the glass. It's so damn quiet and deep, you know, the big
That's
system.
awesome.
Yeah.
except for the bartenders going like
Yeah, I know. It's a little eerie.
really quiet.
Yeah. No, it was cool though. So, but it's been cool. I know you've been waiting for a while to drop an actual modular synth album.
Yeah, it's been done for a while, and I had to sit on it for a little bit, but yeah, it's out today. So if you're interested, check it out.
Yeah.
Yep.
Awesome,
Links in
man.
the chat.
Yeah.
So
Congrats.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Grant,
congratulations.
yeah.
It's awesome.
Grant did the he mastered my last two albums, including, you know, Follow Me Halt. So you know what you're doing sound wise. You're all over the place from designing to mastering to making your own stuff for composition. I know you know how to play the piano, like actually know how to play the piano. Not
Yeah, it's
just-
true.
Yeah.
It's true. Yeah.
Well, that's awesome. Well, it sounded great. Sounds
Thank you.
awesome.
And we'll
Yeah.
hear
Thanks.
more after that.
Yeah, there's
album
more later.
A little later. So,
Yeah.
Sweet.
But now Errorgrid'e.
but now,
And now for something completely different.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
You're on mute. 1 second.
Olivier,
There you go.
welcome.
You muted me.
Now for something completely different.
So exactly.
I heard you.
Welcome to the show, man.
Are we doing this?
Yeah,
For
this
real-
is
for real
happening.
this
This is
time.
happening. This is happening.
Okay.
Welcome. Yeah, this is you're part
Hello.
of the label Spotlight. So could you just tell us real quick, anybody who doesn't know, who's living underneath the rock, what's the idea behind your label? What's going on there?
The idea behind a label or the idea behind this label?
Your label.
Okay. Well, I always wanted to found a label, but I just never found the right time, and the pandemic just seemed like a good moment to really deep dive into like revisit personal projects and things, that you had stowed away for too long, and just like get them out of the attic and just bring them into daylight and revisit them. And I have always had a knack for the darker kind of music, coming from like more of an industrial background and like EBM and those kind of sounds. And I was like always interested in bringing focus and intention back into the world of music labels. Like not just release for the sake of releasing, but curating music.
Mm-hmm.
Like really take the time, finding out what makes quality. What is it that that an artist really wants to say, and if there's nothing to be said, move on. I really try to find artists that have, they have a message, they have a desire. I think the artists that I choose are the ones that need to make music.
Mm-hmm.
They don't make music by choice. And it's a conviction that I have. I have been making music all my life. Like I started playing the drums at the age of 5 and the piano at the age of 6. Got kind of forced into it, but I now have this desire, and I feel like all my artists have that desire to create and I want to bring that back. Versus, I personally feel like there's a lot of noise out there. There's a lot of, we have the possibility to make music, so we make music. But I would like to look at it from the other side, like, no, we have the desire to make music, so we find ways to make music. And in the specific way Errorgrid'e does it is really more like the less accessible, more darker genre that is driven by people I find that all have kind of a certain maturity. They've been doing it for a while, and they have kind of polished their voice or their art, and are just like 1 or 2 steps away from like the next level. And I want to be there when that next level happens. I want to be able to build that platform in that respect. It is much more than a label in the traditional sense. I actually don't like to be compared to a label. Regard it more as a kind of a platform, a community that we build that has a common voice with very individual flavors. That's really the best way I can put it. Yeah.
No, that's cool. That's cool.
Very nice.
No, I like that. I like that it's more than just a label. It's gone beyond that. It's community. I get that. Like you listen to that catalog that you have right now, and I maybe it's just me, but I could feel there's that common thread between all the artists. So that's cool.
Yeah. I mean, we definitely have, I feel like we have a common ground. We exchange a lot. Like there's not this invisible barrier between artists that you usually encounter when you work for many labels. When you sign with a label, we're really very like into cross communication, and I'm new to this. Like I get input from all of them every day because I fuck up a lot. Like I make a lot of mistakes, and the beauty is that I have the full understanding from everyone because I'm kind of obsessive when I do things, like I want to do them right, but I have to find out. And the pandemic and the situation we're in is kind of the perfect breeding ground to find a voice, to build something unique. Because I think the ones of us who really do the things for the right reasons will come out better on the other side. Like I'm pretty sure that's the beauty of this pandemic, and I hope Errorgrid'e kind of can celebrate that in a certain way. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Amen.
I can dig that. You also have a really cool way of rolling out these artists. I've noticed that's been a really interesting to watch, like these kind of roll out, the different artists coming out. Like for example, I saw that Tom Hall was just announced recently, and I thought that was an amazing, cool. I love Tom Hall. I mean, that last album of his, I'm not sure who he did that album with, but that was amazing. So I'm super excited to hear what he's doing with you all. But it's been cool because it's kind of like a comic book in a way, and I mean that in a really nice way, like an actual that's sweet, cool. Who's the next superhero coming out?
It's not intentional, but I mean, it's a cool way to look at it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just very. I believe in. It's like a gallery, and I curate the artists, right? I offer the gallery, and the gallery has a certain, it stands for something. It offers the walls and the lighting, the location, but then the artists kind of bring the life and the feel and the emotions into it, and I do it as well as I can because I'm bootstrapping this, right? I'm doing it mostly myself, but I think it shows. The resonance is incredible. I'm so grateful. I'm so incredibly grateful for the feedback we're getting. It's nothing but positive. People are rooting for us. They're excited. They support us. I mean, I thought it was just going to be, all right, let's try and see what happens. I have a good idea. I know what I want, but does anybody else want it, right?
Yeah.
And it's always great to see that there's a market actually. You know, there's actually people caring.
I think that's like the thing is building the thing you wish was in the world will eventually find resonance.
Yeah,
it's your passion.
Yeah.
I fully agree.
Yeah,
I agree, and I think within our little community, we can feel that from each one of us, and that makes for strong bonds and a lot of understanding. And I'm just kind of like, you know, I'm an IDM child. I'm like all about mid '90s, late '90s IDM scene, and of course to have some kind of the dream to resurrect kind of a, you know, the cult of warp, of, you know, Mill Plateau, of, you know, all those entities that have kind of left us, because they did it with the same kind of obsession for quality and curation of sound that just went beyond just the music itself. You know, there's an idea behind it that connects all the releases, and that's really what I'm going for, you know, to keep that, to bring that alive, to offer that, if that makes sense. Not everything I say makes sense.
No, it totally makes sense. It's kind of it's interesting because I'm thinking like today is like the anniversary of like Kid A's album. I mean Radiohead's Kid A album, 99, and I was thinking about that, what that sounded like to me when I first heard that, what else was going on in the world, and that connection between kind of popular rock music and then Aphex Twins going on. I mean, all that stuff was happening, right? And it totally, and you're right, like there were like these labels doing that already. They were already like invested. And then things kind of changed after like DJs became big and music became more, you know, distributed in different ways. And some of those labels didn't have the same, not to their fault, I think, but they just, you know, there's just the audience just kind of was getting music other places, and so it wasn't like the one channel you go to, you know, there was a lot of different little ones, and since then, I've seen that kind of coming back, and there's starting to be certain, you know, areas, you know, some labels or channels where you're starting to see, oh, that's where the cool stuff's coming out right now. That's a sound. That's a thing.
Yeah. Well, it pays to put in the extra work, because obviously, like, there are easier things to do than, you know, start a label. You know, managing 10 people while still working a full-time job, you know, like running a business and going through everything we're going through. I mean, it's crazy. But I mean, just as you said, it pays off not to choose the path of the least resistance. Actually choosing the path of the biggest resistance that really, you know, resonates with you. Yeah. If I just went for like what's easy, what's out there, what there's templates for, and, you know, what I can just copy paste, Errorgrid'e would look completely different, and it would sound completely different, and it would go a completely different way. But I have, I think, conflict and problems built in, which is great, because with every conflict that we have, something great comes out. And that's just something that I think this pandemic is really teaching me. It's easy to get up and be negative and say like, oh my God, you know, but to really go out there and tell yourself, okay, what do I have? What can I do? What do I want to do? And then just, you know, where do those things overlap is what you actually will do that day. And that's what I did with Errorgrid'e, or what we're doing. And it shows that it works, you know? And I had so many people telling me not to do it, you know? As always. The biggest thing has always happened when people tell me not to do that.
Yeah, that's...
Yeah.
It's just like, makes no sense, and like your time, and you're not gonna make any money with it, and then like people will, like, I don't know, ridicule you, or you will have a hard time managing people, and it's a people business, or it's gonna turn into a business. And I mean, all that is good and fine, but you can act out of a position of fear or a position of strength. I prefer the position of strength, obviously. So you work with awesome people. That's what I mean. I have the beauty to choose who I work with, right? You're not being forced to work with certain artists. The artists that I have are people that I always like had in my eye to do something with them, and now I get to do it.
Yeah.
You know, it's
Yeah,
just
so-
it's a door opener too, right?
So that begs the question: then why did you pick Johno?
I was
Yeah,
waiting
I
for
ask myself that every day. I ask myself that every day. Well, you know, family obligations, right? You know,
Did we lose him? I think we lost
Thank you
Johno.
for asking that.
we're too close for me not to ask him. No, I mean, Johno is an incredible guy. I met him last year at a backyard modular party at
Oh,
it
at
was
Sky's
Skyler,
house.
right?
Yeah,
Kitty's
right.
Pit.
That's
And
right.
he threw this awesome backyard party where a bunch of us performed, and
That's
you
right.
played with June Water, right?
With my partner Matt, yeah.
And I was blown away because he played, like he reinvented Orbital for me. And Orbital
Backyard
for me
parties
is,
are awesome.
dude, it's like that set that you guys played. He made his module sing, and I was like, and when I heard that you were only a few months into it, right?
That was our second performance, yeah.
I was like, this is not possible. I mean, I was just blown away. And then we started talking, and turns out we have more or less the same musical, like the music flavors that we love, right? We have kind of taste for music, and I got more into his stuff. I played in San Diego, and the rest is history, right?
Yeah, I mean, we were supposed to be friends like 20 years ago, basically.
Yeah, when you were
Better late than
65 and I
never.
was 18, right?
That's very yeah.
When I was 35 and you were 17, yeah.
We should rename this the Tarrant Johno party.
So he's in the middle.
He's in the middle.
He's
right?
surrounded.
There he is.
He tried so hard not to be.
You got to take me out of the middle, David.
You got
No,
it.
we're all
put me
here.
down in
in
the
the
corner.
We're all gonna hug you. We're all here to hug you.
All
right.
In the corner. I don't know how
Put me
important.
down in the corner,
There
David.
is-
Go ahead,
This is stupid.
every one of you.
All right, should we
Yeah.
listen to some music now?
Yeah. Let's
Should
check
we
it
listen
out.
to some Errorgrid'e?
Yeah.
Yes, please.
So first up, I think he's in the chat. Defanix, is that how you pronounce it?
Yeah.
David Defanix.
David.
David
Yeah.
Defanix, off of an album called Centipede, and the track's called Nudge C.
See?
All right.
Yes.
All right. We're gonna
Let's
listen
do
to
it.
that right now.
So mute your mics. Wop, wop.
David.
So awesome.
David Defanix.
Wow.
Love that.
Mm.
That's
Awesome.
my man.
Oh.
That's dope. That song's called Centipede. Let's just go around and imagine how big is that centipede in your mind. I'm thinking it's like this big.
It's pretty big. It's pretty big.
Yeah.
It's pretty big. Maybe bigger.
Let me tell you,
Couldn't fade
David,
that one out.
he's crazy. This guy's he's as crazy as his music sounds. He's just a box full of surprises, and he's so productive. This guy, he throws track after track at me, and I don't know where he gets them from. It's insane. He's so creative, and yeah, it's amazing. I love him. He's down in Mexico, and he's actually one of our few artists that do not use modulars at all.
Whoa.
What's he use? Is this do
Well,
not dog?
It's a closed guard secret, but some of it is Reactor. So
Okay.
and
And
some tabletop stuff, but that's all I'm gonna tell you.
That's cool. That's cool. I like the
There's a
mystery.
lot of
stuff.
secret
Yeah, keep the
ingredients in there.
secrets. That's okay.
But I mean, it's editing, like tons of editing and like willpower, and he's got a vision. He's got
That's
a vision, and he wants to move some stuff.
That's
And-
dope.
And there's plenty more coming up from him. Actually, one of the next releases is going to be a Defanix release. Again, he's working on a long player, so he actually wants to put out like a long form album soon. And he has a couple more stuff ready, and everything is just killer. Like it's got so much energy, and like I remember that. He hit me up on my personal account just when I was starting Errorgrid'e, and he wanted to share some of his stuff, and I was blown away. And I was pretty much set on the people that I wanted to work with, but I had to make room for this guy. I just had to make room for him
Right.
because he had the vision and just that power of execution. It's almost like he has a map of what he wants to achieve. Not like us guys who are kind of winging it. No, it's just like
Everything's
it just feels like he knows exactly the house he wants to build, and then he just grabs his tools and builds it.
Right. That's cool. That's cool.
I love that.
I have a lot of respect for that. I can't work that way.
No, and like I feel you, but it's great to have someone like him on the roster because he just complements us with his finesse, his sound design, and I don't know how well you guys know our catalog, but we kind of have two aesthetics when it comes to sound. It's more like the clean cut, more digital sounding, clean sounds, where Defanix is definitely one of them. And then we have the more gritty, more dirty, more like low end, bassy, droney, noisy stuff, which like is more the area of like a Snakes of Russia or Black Moth. We kind of, but still they're very closely linked. The spirit is the same, and kind of that the power of creation, and the intention, the focus, that both sides represent exactly the same thing that I think we stand for. And I'm super happy to have David on the label. He's an awesome guy. Super.
That's awesome.
Stand up.
Well, it was a cool track, and definitely I listened to that. His album is dope. So please check it out if you can. Go support the real. Let's go through it. Let's do another artist on the roster, as you say, which is a great way to say it. Who got?
So next up, we have a guy named Nundale.
Oh God.
yeah.
You know that guy?
He's European. We don't care about him.
Hey, I'm European. That's okay. I don't know with that.
Yeah, Monoscene.
He wears like weird hair. He wears like hair bands and there's like strange plastic chairs in the background, and like.
So does Johno, but
that's Johno. He has a
headband.
printer.
That's Johno's printer.
Weird too. No, like Nundale
You
and
gotta
Johno
do something
like
here,
the
man. This is
two
terrible.
clowns.
Two
Like
clowns.
they're the clowns. Like we're trying to get rid of them, but
Some people you just got to keep around. That's
exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So this track's called Disformal.
Ooh.
And
Good name.
it's coming up
All right, mute the mic.
right now.
Yo,
That's the stuff right there. Just in case you wondered,
That was
that's
not
the
this
stuff.
formal, right?
God.
I just realized that was
that was,
not this
that was
formal.
Cosima.
That
That was Cosima, right?
Yes, it was. Sorry.
Yeah.
I clicked on the
Isn't
wrong
it
thing.
weird?
Go
It
ahead.
doesn't matter, you know. The naming conventions, my naming conventions are kind of random and all over the place. So like, your guess is as good as mine.
I was glad I played this one because that the beginning, those drums and everything, when that hi-hat sets in, it's kind of a little laid back. That's totally cool.
That's the stuff.
Thank
right
you.
there.
It's strange when you listen to older tracks of yours. It's like looking at an older self. You know, like, oh, now I would do it like this, and I would change that, and I would like, you know, like I mostly hear the mistakes and what I would do better, which is stupid.
I only hear mistakes.
Like,
I don't understand how anyone can hear anything else.
That's funny. I usually listen to them like I always have to double check to make sure. I look at the recordings and make sure like did I actually make that? Was that me?
I feel that too. Yeah.
I feel like when I'm making it, like it is like it. You know, you're in your head and you're like doing stuff. Especially in modular when you're like all these lever pushing and then you get a chance to like let it soak in.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. So do you do most of your production with modular, or what are you working with?
I have a decent sized modular system that I use half the time as a sound design station. You know, like as like sample food for my samplers, or for like to use in a DAW and then rearrange. Most of my drums are made in the modular. Like the sequencing of the drums, I use a lot of like Logic tools and gate manipulation tools and stuff like that. You know, just things that are more immediate than, you know, like tools in the computer. But sometimes I build entire tracks in the modular, record a couple takes, and then kind of, you know, layer them. I think like the richness and the changes, like the turns and twists in the plot of the music comes from like using several takes, then using the best takes and kind of link them together. That's how I do it. I just recently started actually multi-tracking out of the modular, like with 10 tracks and more. Before I was the mono guy for a long time. I was like known like in the live modular scene in LA, like the guy who's like, so people were always waiting for me to come with 2 cables. Like, nope, just one. Everything just one tiny cable, and push
it's good to keep it simple, I guess.
Yeah.
I like that.
And Johno knows, like I use the entire dynamic range. When I play live, I go from as low as I can go to as high as it can go, and I go mono. So, you know, it's got some challenges, but I like it. I
remember giving you shit about that when I first met you.
Yeah.
I was like, "What's up with the mono?" He's like, "It's all about mono, man." I'm like,
yeah.
Okay.
That's cool. That's cool.
Well, I grew a little bit out of that. You know,
it sounded like it. Yeah. Well, I used to be a big fan of AM radio, so I'm kind of like I love mono too. I have a little heart for that. So it's all good. It's all good. But that did not sound mono.
No, I mean, no. In the end, the production is finished in stereo always. But a lot of the material, especially of course bass and drums, that I mostly work them in mono. And if I toss some, delays and reverb on it, like at the end, then of course I turn them stereo in the mix. But up until there, I mean, bass lines, I always treat them mono, as you should. But it's always a compromise between the lo-fi sound and the digital cleanliness, and I'm kind of torn. You know, I don't really know where I'm at in between, because my favorite band of all time is Boards of Canada, which, you know, they have this warm lo-fi vibe that I just love. But then some clean-cut digital sounds are just as nice. So I try to kind of balance my productions in between, have lo-fi in certain areas, but then more clean cut frequencies on that track and kind of mix it, like there's no like real recipe for success there, I guess.
No, I hear you. I mean, but that's kind of the wild thing right now is that we have kind of that option. It is weird. It is. I do find it interesting that like there are these plugins to make it sound lo-fi. When we have all this lo-fi stuff still standing around, or we can just go mono, just to really record it, just put it on a Zoom recorder or something, and or a tape,
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, we'll see how the flavor kind of evolves. I feel like right now a lot of us are kind of playing around with that, especially you were talking about mono. It made me think like if we're leaving the era of I don't say era, but like the dynasty of mono in Eurorack with all the stereo everything, stereo filters, stereo VCO, stereo, everything's like starting to come more stereo. So I'm wondering what the landscape of modular will look in the next 5 years. If people were like, "You're still doing mono? Like that's weird. Everything's stereo now."
Well, we should ask Monoscene what he thinks about that.
Yeah, what do you think? Yeah.
Damn, the man who knows all about mono.
Mono is the way, right?
Oh,
except for Calytrix, because Calytrix is like stereo.
Oh, it's so much fun. Stereo is the best.
Yeah.
It's got a smear sound across the stage.
What is that module you have that where you can set like
nearness?
Nearness, yes.
Yeah, it's 7 to 7 like in like fixed stereo panner. It's great. Just go bam, bam, bam.
That's amazing.
If you want a more advanced version, like Warned Electronics made something called the Soundstage.
Yeah.
Which is just real awesome.
That one's crazy looking.
Yeah, I use that. Too. It's amazing.
All their stuff.
You use that too? Okay.
Yeah. The Soundstage. Yeah.
I want to hear what that sounds like in headphones. Like did you use that on your album by any chance?
No, I'm using it on the stuff I'm working on currently.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Frank is using quadraphonic stuff, right? I don't know if
I think he put out a DVD that was.
Yeah, it's DVD. I gotta get that. Then I have to actually get some speakers. I have 0 speakers in my setup here.
So my favorite trick, if you have a fixed panner like either Soundstage or Nearness and a fixed filter bank, is just literally taking like the sound spectrum and just tearing it apart across the stereo space, and like it's real fun.
Okay, I want to check.
Something should try.
I want to watch that video. When are you going to do a breakdown of that? You should.
Gotta find the time.
Yeah.
What you need to do is you need to do what Settle does and just bother me about things. And,
okay.
Or really what it is like make me commitments like this. And then like this is why I have a Bandcamp page now.
Yeah.
So everybody in the chat.
Go to
Calytrix's Bandcamp page, buy one of the tracks, leave a comment that says, please make a video about the panner.
No, I have an idea. Christoph, I mean, we might have a theme idea for a possible future
okay, we'll do
meetup show. We'll do mono versus stereo.
Oh,
that's right.
That would be fun.
That's a great thing.
I opened a can of worms, huh?
I know.
You did.
It's a beautiful can,
that's
though.
Where we go down rabbit holes in these shows.
But is it one worm or is it 2 worms?
It's got like worms and it's beautiful.
Let's play some more music.
Yeah.
Worms. Worms and beautiful. This is like a David Lynch film.
That's him. That's him.
The adult in the room is trying to get us back on track.
Oh yeah.
Christoph is the adult.
I'll try.
Go ahead.
I'll try. Okay, up next is Sleep Clinic.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Sleep Clinic.
Oh.
And
I got a little excited about
which
that.
One? Which one?
Algorithm 1.
I did that one. I picked that one. All right, I'm out.
Should have consulted me. Two is my favorite.
Maybe I click on the wrong.
No. Let him have his way. That's just personal preference.
was just tough as nails.
That went real hard. I love that.
I love all the little tempo changes. So it's so cool. You were talking about like being a child of like IDM and stuff like that, and that stuff like gives me.
Nundale is still muted.
Oh, is he still muted? That matter. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I was just saying that stuff gives me like flashbacks of some. You know what I mean? Some foundation stuff.
Jeff, who's behind the Sleep Clinic, he is an exceptional guy. He's actually, I think, the biggest reason why I started this label.
Oh, wow, okay.
I think he was the first guy I hit up. It's just like, to give artists of that kind of level, of that kind of focus in their work, dedication to their own style, a home. I mean, it's just like, it's an honor. And I have always dug his music so much. I remember 2 years ago, I played a show. It was called Triptronic Research in Echo Park at the Little Joy. Sadly, like the guy who ran it, he stopped it. But it was famous for like, these underground artists performing on like Sunday nights, and I played a set just before or after him, and I was just like, he was just there with his little octa track, pulling stuff like what you just heard, and he totally knew what he was doing. Like there's structure in it, there's an intention, there's so much focus. I was just like in a daze, and I always. Like, as soon as I was ready to start this, I was like, I got to hit Jeff up. I need to have him on this. And I'm I'm very proud of this release. Like, it is to me personally, it is an IDM classic already. It is so powerful and so well executed. He is a great sound designer. He masters all his tracks himself. And although there are a lot of sound engineers who say you shouldn't do that, which sometimes I agree. In Jeff's case, I mean, it's just immaculate throughout. I think he really stands for the kind of level of quality that I'm trying to, curate with Errorgrid'e. Well, all of my artists, obviously, but he was just like, he has this specific sound that I just find it holds to me. It almost holds ground against compared to Autechre, It's really has this density. It has this depth of sound design, and it almost sometimes makes you feel like it's erratic, but then you realize it is not at all. Like it's mathematical. It's deep. It has there's intention behind it. I love that. And he's also one of our artists that do not use Eurorack. So that's all mostly Electron machines he's using. He's an octa-track god. No, seriously, he is. And that machine is, I mean, I don't know who of you has had the pleasure to play around with an octa-track, but I mean, there's a certain level you can achieve. Well, I feel like he's way beyond that. You're like, he does magic with that box.
Yeah, big ups to Electron. It's made new artists out of those things. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's right.
So yeah, that is. I mean, don't get me wrong. I am proud of every single release we have out there, every single one. But being that I have known his sound for so long, I'm so happy that he signed with us, and that I feel, considering everything he's done, that one to me is his best work, and that his best work, in my opinion, happened on the Errorgrid'e. I mean, that's just a blessing, That's so cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
that's awesome. So he's out of California too, then.
He's in LA.
Okay.
Yeah.
So not all your artists are LA because like Black Moth, I think you mentioned earlier, he's
Maryland.
He's in Maryland.
Yeah,
but a lot of these artists you do have. It sounds like you have like a relationship with them, or at least you've seen them, or you've been at the same show in your experience while you're in California.
Yeah, most of them. I mean, I never met Tiles or Black Moth or Ted in person, but we've had a lot of back and forth. And usually before I sign someone, I really try to get a very, very good sense of not just, the artist, but also the human being behind the name, because it's all about culture. If you make great music, but you're just impossible to work with, you're just communication is impossible, or you just don't want to, follow certain guidelines that we have to set in order to, run a label, then, no matter how good your music is, I will not consider it, because it's just like, I don't have time for that. So there's a lot of exchange before I get someone on board. And even now, maybe that's also important to mention here. I get a lot of demo submissions every day. Okay, I get like 3 or 4, sometimes up to 6 or 7 demo submissions in a day. So that's close to like 40, 45 in a week. And as I said, I run this by myself. Like, it's just me. Occasionally my wife helps me out. But the reality of it is we have kind of hit cap, like capacity of our label. I plan on slowly expanding, but I can only do that as I also add, capacity to dealing with artists. So right now we are in the talks with more people, and those are the people that eventually we will sign. But whenever we sign someone, it's a process that takes several weeks, can take several months. So it's not like, oh yeah, I like your tracks, like let me send you a contract. It's really more like finding the right moment, making it work with the release plan, and also finding the right language and all the details, hashing it out. So we really try to do it a little boutique in that way, but not for the sake of being boutique, but for the sake of like not overdoing it. Because sometimes I'm just like, how am I going to do this, right?
Yeah, well, we don't want you to burn out.
No,
but that's good. It's a good thing to mention, because I think right now so many modular synth artists right now are probably doing more recordings than they ever thought they were going to do, or people are doing it now because, like, kind of you're saying, like, the pandemic has kind of put people into a certain kind of space where if you're, like you say, like, want to become a doer and think, okay, I'm actually going to multi-track this, I'm going to record it, I'm going to send it off to someone to master. I know, like, that's happened to me. It's happened to my other friends.
Yeah.
And obviously, part of the reason why we're doing this show is because we're seeing that surge in people putting out music. But I think one thing that happens with when you start to do that is you start to get to a different realm, and that is like putting out demos, putting out, talking to labels, expectations, and a lot of things people that probably haven't thought about, and anything they read about on the internet, totally isn't really true, or
absolutely.
What's like do you have like a little bit of advice for people, like, maybe they're not going to get on your label, but they're going to maybe send off a demo somewhere else, like some good basic like housekeeping advice? Now that you've seen some.
Before I started Errorgrid'e, I was signed with 3 labels, and the understanding of what a label is nowadays is nothing to do with like what we used to see as a label, right? Basically, it's just entities that kick out stuff from Bandcamp. So some of them are not very I'd say, not very selective. And I found like to do hardcore research, not on like sending out as many applications as possible, but being really picky where you send your stuff, you know, like listening to the entire catalog of the past few months of a label and seeing how you would fit in, or how you would maybe even extend in a positive way an existing catalog and making that a door opener rather than just, here's my stuff, listen to it, you know? Oh, you're an IDM label. My stuff is IDM, so listen, it's not enough. You have to build a bridge, okay? You have to kind of like find an angle that is unique to that label, if it's a good label, you know? If the label is really more than just a machine that just spits out tracks, you need to understand, okay, what is the exact mission behind that label, and how does that fit my narrative? Like, what is the story that I'm telling that would add value to that label, you know? And I don't see it too often, but when it happens, you can't help but being attracted by it and listening to it and giving feedback. And that's the worst, that labels oftentimes don't give feedback. You know, you just don't hear anything from them. I always give feedback when I listen to a track, and I always respond when someone sends me something. Always. I barely have time to do the essential things, but I know that the day I decided to run a label, I decided to be accountable for being a human being and for being nice and for honoring, you know, the work of an artist who thinks he wants to share his art with me. And the least I can do is respond to that. But the least that the artist can do, and that's for your question about housekeeping, is understand what that label is about. What is the label trying to achieve where I'm sending my art? Not just like, oh, they have these 2-3 amazing artists that I respect, you know, so I want to be one of those. Is not enough of a narrative. But to understand, like, they're trying to build something, and the tools that I have to offer would be ideal to help them build what they're trying to build. That is much more interesting, you know? So whenever someone says, like, I see what you're trying to do, I'm going for the same thing, but this is my angle. Are you interested? You strike a chord. You build a bridge, you know? It's not just like offloading streaming links. That does not work. You will not find, because you have to find a home for your art. As I said before, a gallery, right? You have to find a wall where people will see you. But you have to make sure that that wall is the right wall for you. You have to hire the label. My artists, I didn't hire them. They chose to be with me. It's not like me that says, like, oh, please stay with me. No, I have something to offer. They hire me. They can fire me, you know? I'm a servant to them. But that also means that they have to offer something that will make what we do better. So think bigger than just your tracks. Think bigger than just the MP3 files that you send or the streaming links. Think about the story behind it. Think about your intention. Think about, you know, what makes you do this? You know? When I feel like with Johno, dude, I have no choice but make music. I have to make music. I listen. I'm like, oh, here's a natural. Here's someone who breathes and lives music, right? Another privileged person who's just like, it would be kind of cool to be, you know, to write with you guys. That is not good enough. I don't know if I'm making sense.
No,
Definitely.
and it's
100%.
getting a lot of good reactions in the chat. What I showed, what Renee said, you know, that there's a lot of wisdom in your words, I think, and it really shows. It really shows. It's captured now for eternity, and it was a very good transition to the next track we're gonna play.
What's
and it's a track by a guy named Johno Wells.
Can we skip that one?
Yeah, I think that's a good
Yes,
idea.
you
I
can.
Can I use my wild card?
think- Exactly. It's a white-
You can use your wild card. You get to kick
Get
one.
out of jail free card.
Do not
Ow.
let it go. Do not collect $200.
No,
Got
just
really
So
got
zero.
awkward.
here's the thing, though. Okay, so it's
Hello.
Johno Wells.
Hello.
I'll let you pick the track, though.
Oh,
Ooh.
who, me or him?
Yeah, you pick the track.
Yeah,
Olivia, you pick the track.
There's one that's called Telo, right? Am I correct?
Yes.
Telo.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I want that one.
All right. Sounds good. We're gonna play that one.
Great.
That one's
Coming up.
ah. Yeah,
Well,
my man.
All right,
Yeah,
John,
that
I'll take
was
back
kinda
all
cool.
the things I said about you.
I like that a lot. I like
all the
I
glitchiness
love you
and like
guys.
Yeah.
it also felt laid back.
You're right. It did. It did. It does have that kind of like. Is that weird? Like when it has that like kind of semi-chaotic, mathematic kind of feel to it, and you're like,
I could read a book to that, and I mean that in the best, like in a really good way. Like,
Like what? Like a phone book?
no, I mean I got some books here. I could read Beautiful Code.
There you go.
Hey,
The phone book.
phone books used to be important, man. It was the Google of like the analog times, right?
Let me find my
I'm-
bookmark in the phone book.
Yeah.
I am just old enough to remember phone books.
Me too.
Why I remember that very well.
Mhm.
So
Phone
what
books,
what
phone booths.
what I love about this track is there's something in it that I feel a lot of our tracks that we've released have. It's a play on opposites, you know, like there's this slight, almost pad-like sound in there that evokes this kind of calm, but it's played against this backdrop of like stingy, pointy, razor-sharp drums and percussion sequences, and that kind of creates this opposite movement and those twists and turns that I really love because they kind of catch you like by surprise, and I feel that that's the best way that electronic music can make and explain processes in nature, you know, natural things, phenomena like chaos and order, like our most current release, that the Tom Hall release today, that has that even in the title, that observation that, you know, have tools, our Euroracks, it's always almost like a thin line. It's like a walk between total chaos and randomness and kind of the control of arrangement. We, the masters, are like, but sometimes it just slides out of our hands, right? Just like in life.
Yeah.
And I really like how, with electronic tools, you can really emphasize that movement so much. You can make it a point, you know, to always play with controlled chaos or with chaotic order. And I felt like this track really like brings it out. It's why I was like, oh my God, this is such an Errorgrid'e track.
No, I think Johno's a good example of a talented modular synth artist where it's like you're a herder of storms, you know? You just have a really, really good way of letting it go and letting it be itself.
Yeah.
But also making sure that it doesn't get lost or diffused.
There's like a sense of patience in there that I think is really hard to have in modular.
You're always looking for something
to twiddle.
To
It's
plug
easy.
the cable in or whatever. No, that's really good.
I think that seeing people, I think that you and I talked about this Olivier. Or did we? It was recently. It was with somebody about the need to like constantly feel like I've got a twiddle.
Yeah.
Feeling just okay with like, I don't care if the camera's on me and it looks like he's not doing anything. It's like, no man, I'm listening. You know, I'm trying to listen and not like pretend that I've got to be busy constantly nudging everything and moving it just an absolute hair that does nothing. You know? But
That's
looking
what
like I'm busy. It's just like, I refuse. I just can't do that.
This recording thing has been really helpful to me because like I'll go back and look at myself and be like, why did I touch that knob? Nothing changed. Nothing happened here.
Right.
But you moved it a hair and it looked busy and it's like, oh man, that's hard.
I mean, like certain DJs.
Well,
Yeah.
exactly.
You know, like
I just talked about this
accentuate the
with somebody.
movement of the equalizer.
Exactly.
They basically touch it. They
Right.
touch it, and it makes no difference to the sound. But their gestures all like all over the place, and makes like it's like right.
This was like when I saw Com Trues live, and he was up there just looking so busy, and he's just remixing his album. He was playing a bunch of stems off of Electron boxes.
Yeah.
And I know this album, and I'm listening to it, and it's just like he pressed play. But brother is up there, sweating it, moving, dialing, so involved and so busy, and I'm just like, bruh. But I think that what you're saying.
He's a great studio musician. I mean,
I love his records. Yeah.
Amazing, yeah.
Yeah. What you're saying about the chaos versus order thing, though, is like, I think that's so true. Is that like the analogy, you know, in my filmmaking world too, is like when you see a project changing and wasn't quite exactly what you thought. My characters are different than the one I thought might be the lead, the this and that. It's like keeping a rope going through your hands. It's like sliding through your hands. And if you start grabbing on too tight, it starts to really burn your hands.
Yeah.
Right. And it's being okay with letting it slide through your hands and not having too much control.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and those are the chaotic oscillators, or the chaotic, you know, mod sources, you know.
I really don't want to push this into the like realm of spirituality again, but I think in that way it's very much, you know, really just like life, right? We have to learn to let go certain things.
Totally.
Yeah.
Totally.
You know, allow the chaos to take over and see the beauty in it. And I think, well, you're like working with the modular system is really managing electricity, right? You are nothing but, it's a flow chart for electrical current, and you have certain access points you get to, you know, manipulate the flow, like open, close gates and stuff like that. But you really have to see it from a schematic point, and it suddenly becomes more like a philosophy than just a tool.
Yeah, right.
Which it is, right? It's and it can really translate your anger, like when all those unrests happen, you know, at the beginning of the BLM movement. I was so torn and tossed by how things were going, and I was really like beating the shit out of my modular system. I was really I was tossing it around in the room. I was angry, and it took everything and it gave so much back. And that's when I realized, wow, it can become an extension of yourself.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh yeah.
I mean,
100%.
it's just like a mirror, you know.
Yeah.
My modular is like a composition partner, 100%.
Yeah. To me, it's a mirror. Like it really, like it reflects exactly like what I feel if I allow for it. Sometimes I'm super stuck up. You know those nights where you're like, you just can't make it sound right. Like everything sucks. It's just bullshit. You know, it's like boring and thin and like. But it's because you're not being honest. You're holding back. You're like, for whatever reasons, you continue and you want to sound in a certain way. You want to hold back and whatnot. And then I feel like my modular gives me that right back. It's like, okay, you want to hold back? I'm going to hold back. This whole thing is going to be held back. And then I'm just frustrated. And then there are those days where I feel like, oh, I have total access to like whatever raw power, you know, we have when we create. And then it's just like, holy shit, it's so much more than I thought. And new colors keep, you know, being pushed out of the speakers, and it's just one crazy party. And that's when I think honest creation happens. And that's what I try to kind of, you know, record and keep for the times with my label. You know, those honest moments of creation, give them a home. And record and archive them and make them accessible to the ones who, you know, who want that. So,
yeah,
bravo.
I love it. I think we're all getting excited about here. It's gonna be hard to like not want to patch after this show for sure.
Yeah,
it's going to be like 2 a.m., so I'm gonna not be able to.
That's okay. We'll get some more inspiration in the form of some more tracks. Next up is Snakes of Russia.
Oh, right on.
Off the new one, yeah.
The new one.
Of the new, it's called Carried to California in a Swarm of Bees.
Ooh.
Good title.
Amazing title. It has a lot of depth and meaning. Can we play the third track?
Yes, we can.
And here's the reason why. I don't know who of you read the interview that I had with Snakes of Russia, and he himself said that third track, which is called Beast Adorned, is probably one of his best work. And that guy only makes great stuff. So that says a lot about that track.
He does.
Yeah.
And I think he's spot on. I think he's spot on.
Let's do that.
So dope.
Ha.
God, that was
he's-
incredible.
Nobody does it like Joe Holiday,
No.
man.
No, it's just cinematic.
Oh,
it's
it's so
epic.
cinematic.
It's big.
Mhm.
It's visual.
Yeah.
It felt like a major action
Yeah.
scene.
Yeah.
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 It's hard to think small when you hear that music. It's just visual and layered and complex and dark and all that comes from such a nice guy.
I know.
He's so kind.
He's so like
That's
soft
'cause
spoken.
he's putting all of his dark emotions in the music.
Yeah, but it's like IMAX level.
Mhm.
Right? I
Oh, yeah,
feel
it
like-
is.
Like
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
it's so good.
I mean, yeah, totally.
So
It's
good.
unique. And there's a rawness to it and an honesty that I just really love. And the changes in,
Mhm.
you know, in the tonality is just so powerful. And it's actually really traditionally structured. You know, you have the bridge and the main themes and all that, which I love that because it works so well. The change of energy is so abrupt,
Yeah.
brutal, but it's all heartfelt. That's what I mean. He's not trying to do anything other than what he has to do. And that's just his job. That's his job as an artist. He's doing exactly that, which he has to do. And I feel like his tracks really reflect that. That's why, like, I'm so happy to have him on this. And yeah, he keeps giving. Keeps
Yeah,
giving.
so good.
Yeah, I know, like, Johno, you did an interview with him on your .wave YouTube podcast
Mhm.
broadcast. And that was like, I think the first time I honestly had heard of him. So I was kind of late to the game on that one. Hearing him play, but hearing him walk through how he sets it up. And to what you're saying, Nundale, like his kindness and, you know, kind of gentle demeanor is like came through for sure. And
Mhm.
you hear that, and I guess you can imagine there's somebody behind it who's kind of intense. I mean, he's intense by all means, but in the gentle giant way. You know, I think that was anybody who's really into him would definitely should watch that episode because that was really awesome. And inspiring as well.
Well, he's really loose because it's what he does for a living. He does sound design and composing for, you know, he works up in Hollywood. So this guy, he knows his tools.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You know, he knows how to do it.
I met him first in the Rocky Mountain Synth meetup here in Boulder. He came in and tuned in, and so he was in the meetup. It was in a Zoom call, and I met him first, and he was such a nice guy. And then he said, "Oh, you know, I make music as Snakes of Russia," and I was like, "Okay, I never heard that." And I checked that out later, and for me, it was the opposite experience, right? I met the nice guy, and then I heard the music, and it was fantastic.
He did an
Like, I love
awesome set for NYMS's Signals festival way back.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Mhm.
All right, so we got one more.
One more.
Olivia, do you want to set that one up?
Oh,
Yeah.
wait, there's two more or one
Next.
more? Two more. I think there's two more.
Yeah.
We got one more Errorgrid'e.
Yeah, set up Tom Hall.
Tom Hall.
Yeah. So yeah, we just released our latest release, which is Tom Hall, bestowed Order on Chaos, an extended EP, 6 tracks from the Max MSP master, Tom Hall. Super excited. It's the quality of production just kicks ass. I mean, we have Anthony Baldino behind mixing. We have, you know, Joshua from Telephone Tel Aviv behind mastering. But we have the very core Tom Hall, and with his obsessive mind that just digs deeper than I know anyone like in the box, and just he has the mind of a mad scientist, but a gigantic heart, kindest person I know. And he has this incredible obsession that a creative really needs to have to keep those tools serving him. And he really knows his tools like no one else. It's just it's incredible. And what came out from like months and months of work that ended up in that release, that is so loaded. Like if you find the time to listen to it, it's so loaded with emotions. Like because Tom really had to digest and process the world we're in right now with the tools that he has. Certain people write poetry, you know, like certain people go shit talk in comment section of like Twitter or whatnot. But you know, an artist uses her or his art. He used his art to make a statement about the order that needs to be found within the chaos that we live in right now. And I find like it's much more a statement than it is just a musical piece of work.
Mm-hmm.
I personally find it's his most personal piece of work. If you have the time to listen to all his entire discography, I think it's the most personal one.
Mm.
There's a little bit of pain in it. There's also always hope. So it's again like those opposites that I'm so delighted to find in music, you know, when they're really intertwined nicely. And I find he did a masterful job on that release. And yeah, it's Bandcamp Friday, so there's barely an hour left to snatch up a release and like make everything come back to him and us so we can keep doing what we're doing. And you guys have been great so far because the support was really huge. We're so stoked about all the love that we're getting. And this release, like, really deserves some attention.
All right, here we go.
Tom Hall.
Tom Hall.
The track is pre-code.
It's like masterclass.
Yeah. Yeah. If you hear that bottom end, that kick, how it just pierces through and everything's just arranged. He just knows how to stagger the sound so they have enough space, to be heard. It's not just fucking soup. It's really like there's so much separation and work behind it, and I just love it.
Yeah, I'm excited about that. Like, I'm gonna definitely dive into that one because, like I said, that last album was just
50 more minutes. 50 more minutes.
Still got time to and I at some point we're gonna do a show about Max because I know, like I saw what B-roll does on with Max as well, and so many people who are doing Max and Eurorack. That stuff's that's just nutty to me. I love it. And anybody who's doing Max for live, that looks awesome. But it's definitely in that whole world of modular and just piece by piece. And like you said, like sometimes there's like that whole logic stuff going on there, all the mathematics. It's cool. It's really great. I love it. Yeah. Tom's stuff is awesome. So, rad. I know we have only a few more tracks to play before we outro out. Before I do that, I just want to give Johno a chance to talk a little bit about tomorrow.
Oh,
and
the world's happening tomorrow.
Yeah, did you know that?
I'm like, I gotta shave because I look like an asshole, and I've got to
go to Costco.
I gotta go to Costco in the morning.
So let's go to Costco. Then the beach.
Who doesn't know that John goes to Costco?
I go to
There's a great
Costco
deal
a
on
lot.
chicken.
I go to Costco a
Who
lot.
cares about chicken?
We know that you go to Costco a lot.
Who cares about chicken?
I was actually there today.
I'm convinced that the Costco is literally on the beach because that's the only two places you're coming and going to.
Come on, I gotta go to the beach. This doesn't just happen, ladies.
No, it's not just happen.
Somebody snorted.
That's how you know you got me to really laugh.
It's good.
Come on, ladies.
All right, John, set it up, and then we'll perhaps play a track that's related.
Okay. Yeah. Tomorrow is tomorrow's Modular World.
Saturday.
Sorry.
Tomorrow's Saturday.
Tomorrow's Saturday. Tomorrow's
Yeah.
Modular World, episode number 8, 2 p.m.
Woo! Wow.
Already.
Props.
We've got just some crazy stuff happening tomorrow. So Arthur Natek is from Switzerland. He plays drums and triggers and modular. He's playing. Nathan Moody's playing. Child of an Extant God is playing. Renku Corp is playing. And our next track that we're going to play is a guy who's playing. His name is Rene Bosho. And he is he's from Puerto Rico. He's living and working in LA right now, and he does a lot of sound design for TV and film. And it's one of those things where, like, you make music for everybody else all the time, and you barely have time to make your own music, you know? And so quarantine, he finally committed and put out this record that just came out today.
Kudos.
And he's a great guy. I've had a few chats. He's awesome. And his performance tomorrow is the first modular performance he's ever done. His first endeavor in a live setting.
Nice.
And yeah, so this is a track off the album that he released today. And he's in the chat, so everybody give a good shout to a good guy.
Hey.
And if you want to see him play tomorrow, Modular World is at 2 p.m. Pacific on YouTube.
We'll post a link in the chat here real soon.
And
a good show.
Yeah, it's going to be a good one tomorrow.
Thank you so much.
Likely the only one in October, so don't miss it.
All right, here we go.
This is Bosho.
Wow, that was beautiful. That was really beautiful.
Yep.
Like Snakes of Russia, not in style, but in skills. That like this is a guy who works in the industry,
Oh, yeah.
knows his tools, uses them every day, knows how to do it. Yeah.
Well, he's like Snakes of
Definitely.
Russia. It's almost like he's telling
Yeah.
a story. He's painting a picture.
Yeah.
He's
There's a
like-
lot there. Yeah.
It's a journey. It's great.
Mhm.
Great.
And
yeah.
just a swell guy. Quality human being. Right
Just
there.
like you,
Oh, come on.
Yeah. Come
Oh,
on. Come
you-
on.
I love you, buddy.
huh? Ugh.
Oh my gosh.
Well, that was a lot of fun, guys. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you for hanging out. This was
I can't believe it's. Sorry.
Go ahead.
What
We
happened?
still have like
I was saying,
45
it's like,
minutes. We could play a lot more
I
music.
can't believe it's been like 3 hours. It's been just gone by so
Isn't that
fast.
crazy?
I know.
Isn't that
Time
crazy?
flies by when you're having fun, right?
That's
right.
right.
That is what they say.
That is. I appreciate you all being here and participating. This is really fun. Like I think this is our fourth one we've done now.
Mhm.
And they're always really fun. It's always great to have people on. It's definitely awesome to have like these side conversations. We always never get a chance to play all the artists we want to play. So apologies if you're listening and you're like, "Where are you gonna play me?" Like, we're gonna try to get.
Not
I think
because
we're-
we don't love you.
No, it's not. That's definitely
It's not because we don't love you.
Hard Truths with Johno Wells.
Oh, fuck.
Right.
But we're gonna try. If you guys want to drop, that's cool. We're gonna play 2 more tracks and then be outie 5,000. But Nundale, thank you so much. It's been as someone said, poetry all night.
Well,
So-
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank
Yeah,
you
it's been
for
incredible.
allowing me. Thank you for allowing me to share the word. And again, at this, I want to use the opportunity again to thank you guys for the huge support. Within 4 months, we have achieved what would usually take years and years. And the community is so strong. It's stronger than ever. And I believe that there's good in those times, and it shows in our little circles, and we have to just keep pushing and believing in it and doing it for the right things, and keep doing our art.
Yeah, well, you
Yeah,
definitely found friends in your vision here over at the CMSS crew. So thank you, I appreciate you.
Amazing, thank you so much.
Yep. Thank you.
Yeah. And Calytrix,
right.
thank you so much for thank you for hanging out. I know you're staying up the latest.
It's okay. I don't sleep.
That's convenient. How'd you do
Yeah,
that?
I mean-
Can you teach me?
You and me both, man.
Just don't worry about your future health. It's fine.
That's
Seriously.
Oh, I don't know if that's wise at my age, but
no, but it's been awesome.
26. I'm 26.
I'm going to be 30
look
next
good.
month. I'm looking
an old
forward to my
geezer.
30s,
Whoa.
Yeah, this is my birthday month. So
Oh,
Happy birthday
shit.
month. You got the creepy birthday month, the good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going there again, John.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
No, this was, oh, yeah, last show he was
That was the
talking about his
throwback to
birthday
last
month.
time. Yes,
Yeah,
we had
right,
that
right.
conversation
What happened?
already.
What happened?
He's
These
just a guy
guys-
who needs
you
to have like a
go.
birthday month.
these guys just don't want to. These guys don't want to celebrate me, Nundale. They don't. They want to
They don't?
reserve. No, yeah, they want to reserve the celebration of my life for maybe a half an hour.
For one day, your birthday.
Not even a full day though. He won't call me.
It's
at
called
6
a
a.m.
birthday.
We celebrate you all the time.
Happy
Birth-
birthday to
birth-
you. It's even
birth-
in a song. It's not
birth-
happy birth month to. That's silly.
I'm writing a new song. It's called Happy Birth Month.
No, you were born on a day. We celebrate that day.
That's too deep for
Yeah,
me.
no,
I
that's
mean,
no,
I
no,
don't
no.
get
That's,
it.
Some of my extended family
don't get
does
it.
the birth month. One of my aunts does that.
Not a
Dig
fan.
into it.
no, that's a little overdoing it. That's a little
No.
overdoing it.
Not a fan.
All right, let's play some music here.
Yeah.
This is
Yes, please. Stop
Jamie
this.
Coy.
Make it stop. Make it stop.
Jamie Coy, Comfort Is Somewhere is the album. Oh no, the track is called Comfort Is Somewhere from Hope Miraculous. So we're ending on that. And here we go.
Jay McCoy. Sound Units on Instagram. He does some videos for Starling, where he's doing some demos and stuff, and he does some stuff. I think he also does stuff for Modular Addict as well. But, yeah.
Yeah, he's worked on and off with Modular Addict, and God, he's just another really good guy. I had him on Modular World like 2 episodes ago. John lives in Milwaukee, and this release is similar in a way to what Renee released today. This was his first release in like 17 years or something.
Whoa.
Yeah, and it was
Wow.
like really important to him to get it out. Worked on it for a long time, and just really happy for him to. You know, we all know what it feels like to get a release off our shoulders and to get it out there, and it's just a gorgeous, gorgeous EP. So cheers, John.
Cheers, John.
Performs as Jay McCoy.
Yeah.
It's a small detail, but I really like that title.
I know.
Comfort is somewhere.
I know. I cannot make titles like that. Like mine are always like sort of, you know, like Olivier said, like I have a hard time getting past like throwaway names and throwaway titles. And putting like a real meaningful name in a release and track names is just, I'm always amazed when people do that.
I just like to have fun with it. But yeah, I get what you're saying. Like
Yeah.
when it fits, it's like, wow, good
Right.
job.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. Makes it so much richer. Yeah.
Yeah. I think I changed the titles of my songs at least 5 times before it actually gets out to everybody else. I have a title.
riot.
I have a title like in my book. I have a little book here that I always keep all my notes in, and then if I can put any kind of name on the file in the multi-track or in, you know, the sequencer or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
that has that name. Then it has the name that I put when I upload it. Then the last minute, as I'm like typing it out on Bandcamp, I'm like, maybe this name. It always sounds so much better in my head until I see it written out, like on the album, the Bandcamp thing. I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, that doesn't look as cool.
Right. You're like, I'm an idiot.
I'm an idiot. Doesn't sound cool.
Right.
I don't get to titles until I'm doing that final upload, because like as I just kind of go, I don't know how to do any sort of like mastering or anything, so I try to do the least bit possible, just some basic normalization so I don't fuck it up. So like there isn't like it goes like modular, Audacity, uploaded. It's like never a project file.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Do you record to just a stereo pair or do you multi-track?
To a stereo pair.
God. Makes me love your stuff even more.
Thank you.
Good Lord.
It's a aesthetic limitation I forced on myself, because I know if I let myself like get into that whole like multi-tracking, I will never release a piece of music.
I get that. I like stereo pair, but I just love multi-tracking. But I also work really quickly, so I don't get pulled into.
I have mad respect for that.
Christoph, you and I were just talking about this.
Yeah.
I don't get pulled into mixing and judging and tweaking. I really don't.
Yeah.
I just
that's where I get lost.
It's good, and I move on, and then I forget it, and then I open it up, and I'm like, huh. I don't even recall making that. We'll use that track. You know,
that's a skill in itself.
I don't know though. I almost think
knowing when to release.
Laziness.
No, yeah. It is. It's a soft skill for sure.
I really don't see it like that, because I know how I work, and I really see it just like I don't think. I mean, maybe laziness is a little cheap, but it's like I can't commit that much. Like once it's done, it's done. I'm not interested.
Greg, done you on all stream. Let us give you a compliment, please.
Yeah. Johno has a hard time with compliments. He's like, no.
This is not false humility. It's really not. I'm just talking about like workflows that like once I'm done, that he says with a patch cord in his hand. That was funny. Once I'm done,
we get it. You're in the modular.
I'm gonna make my point with a cable.
Well, he can't have his case behind you like you do, so
it's right here.
It's that is his case. That people don't know that little printer is where all the magic's made.
Oh, printer, god damn it. No, but once I'm done that night and I've called it, it is done. It's just like I'm over it and I don't want to return, you know? So I think that's a bit of laziness.
That's fair.
I don't need to buff it. I'm good.
That's
I don't
good.
care anymore.
But if it's high quality, then it's productivity, right?
Sure.
And then, you know, that's the thing, is like, and I think that's what we talked about, you and I, is that you can get good at that. It's a practice. I think it's yes, there's talent, there's all this stuff, right? But there is a learned skill to know when to stop, to put it out and move on. And I think that's, you know, what I struggle with right now is to get to that point quicker.
Yeah.
And I think that's the more you do that, the better you get. And that's the point of releasing more instead of dwelling on the things that you work on and then you know, release them later. So I think release more is the is what we all should be doing.
Absolutely.
Not to be like devil's advocate or anything on purpose or anything.
Please.
But I've actually kind of started to move away from that only recently, because kind of what you're talking about, Calytrix, with like multi-tracking. So I have started multi-tracking everything, and on purpose, totally on purpose. That's what I knew. I wanted to spend some more time with those recordings, but I found like an engineer to work with specifically, so that I don't sit there and try to do it myself.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is cool. This is like the structure. This is the things. I have a basic mix down. I can ship it over to them and then let it do its thing. Where I go back to my old self is I'm like, whatever comes out of it, I'm not going to sit there and nitpick it for like the next, 20 months. Like, I give myself like a time limit. Okay, we'll talk about it for about a week. And at that point, if there's something that needs to be added or it needs to be taken away, then it's like a conversation, but it's recording. I'm just gonna let it go. I'm just gonna let it go. Like, wherever we're at in the week, that's my let go point.
Time boxing.
Time boxing, yeah, because like
time boxing.
Yeah,
it's a phrase we use a lot in like the agile engine like tech world that I live in, where it's like if you come up to like there's this class of task where it's like an investigation task or something might be like technically interesting but not super important to like the product, which is like a great way to lose an engineer for an entire week and to get no value. So like what you try to do is like agree as a team. It's like, okay, this is going to be 2 days, and whatever gets done in 2 days, if it's shippable, we'll ship it. If not, we'll write that notice, or we'll write that down and save that for the next time. Like, we have some time to look into this. So like time boxing.
Wow, what a great concept.
Yeah, basically that's it. And it is
and a cool name too.
Yeah, it is a cool name. It's like I actually kind of got that more from project management world, from people who work with engineers. Because they learned that and they're like, guess what? We can apply that to everything else.
The funny thing is, like, so much of that stuff comes from automobile manufacturing. Like,
oh, really?
Now it's gonna this is gonna be way too much a tangent. But like all of the like agile methodology comes from like the Toyota production method.
Really?
Yeah. It's the history of stuff is super fascinating.
That's cool. I love it. We'll have to talk about that some other time for sure.
One other point, though.
Oh my gosh!
One small point to make, though.
What was that you're gonna say?
I just feel like I just want to make one more point about it.
If you have,
I don't have any cables on this desk. I'm just gonna.
I'll pass one down.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that would be cool. Could we do that? Could we do cool? Okay, I gotta like play the last song and get out of here.
It's maybe
David needs to go to sleep.
It's one thing though that
losing people.
I don't have a cable, but I have a light bulb.
What were you saying?
I'm just gonna think just for 1 second.
Okay.
That's fine. While you do that, we're going to play to. So thanks everybody for joining.
Yes.
God, I love this show.
This was a great show. I think
this is a good show.
This was a good show. I think having Olivia on talking about that stuff was just fantastic.
Wow, so good.
There's a lot of I'm gonna go back and listen to some of that stuff again because there was a lot of deep stuff in there.
Like he and I get on the phone and we have talks like this, and he's he's got a wisdom that's just like, I don't know. I love that guy.
He got some wisdom, and Johno has a wisdom tooth.
I got my wisdom teeth out, yo.
Does he even have...
I still have 2.
We should just call this show Tangents.
Jay McCoy's here.
Yeah, no. Jay McCoy's here. Hello. Great track. Great track.
Hey, but real quick before we bounce out, I just want to give a shout out to Nundale and also Cult of One, who was on the show, and also Memory Bell for joining. Thank you so much, Calytrix. Thank you for joining us. It's always great to hang out with you and talk to you. It's so rad. Let's do it again for sure. Johno,
definitely.
We'll talk. That's it. That's Johno. We'll see you tomorrow. I can't wait to tune into the show tomorrow for sure.
It's a good one. I mean, I say that every time, but man, it's a good one tomorrow.
There was one more show tomorrow. Who was playing tomorrow?
Travarsi's playing tomorrow night.
Yes. And
she was going to send me some info on it, and she didn't. So talk about something for a minute, and I'll look at her Insta really quick.
Did he just like black?
What?
Did he just fade to black?
Whoa.
That was intense.
That's
he's got to open the secret communication channels, and no one's allowed to be privy to it.
Yeah, exactly.
That was funny. I like threw my, I hit the fader with something, and then it faded to camera 2.
Right. That's so funny.
Camera 2 is like right above my head, but it's off.
It was true. You're like, I just gotta hold on.
Yeah. Hold on a second. Let me do this.
Suck to the CIA here.
All right. So Travarsi's playing tomorrow.
Look
that up on her Instagram.
Before we will. Yeah, there's so many.
You should have done this angle the whole show.
I really should have. So you could just look at my sun damage.
No,
this is what it looks like when you're 50 and you don't want a donut.
Tangent TV.
And usually you shave more often.
We just got more people
you end
watching.
up with the Homer Simpson situation here.
This camera angle just brings the fans.
We were losing people until you switched the camera, and all of a sudden 2 more people joined. So
okay, we really have to play this last song.
Yes, we will. We will get there. So, David, any last words before we go to?
Don't forget to support some of these artists that are out there. Also, I will give a shout out if anybody's listening or watching. Synth for Kids is doing a fundraiser right now. Head over to their IG or their website and help out the families out there in Oregon who are suffering, who've been displaced and stuff like that. They're doing I talked to them, they're really interesting people behind that, and I think we'll have them on the show at some point to talk about their mission. But for now, check out and support them, and then obviously get out and register to vote.
All right, I found out about Shonda's show. So it's tomorrow night. It's on Twitch. And she and her brother and roommate and our very dear friend Sean Kruda, they're doing a live modular hybrid set for Tech. Can I read this? Oh, it's Tech Avenue Records.
Oh, yeah, Tech Avenue Records.
Okay. And that's tomorrow night, Pacific tomorrow night. So Tech Avenue Records has an Instagram, Tech Avenue Records, and all the information's there.
Awesome.
But whenever Travarsi and Kruda throw down, man, oh man, so fun to watch.
So good.
Yep. Super fun to watch.
Awesome.
All right.
Play it.
Thank you all. And here we go with Memory Bell to end the show.
Peace out, everybody.